Welcome to Versus Character Cards!
What's up and welcome to Versus Character Cards, the Versus show without the verses. In this series, instead of analyzing two fighters to figure out who would win in a battle to the death, we are only covering one character at a time. Or in this episode, two characters. You know, they're a duo, a package deal, a buy one get one free. Anyways, we're researching who they are and what they can do. Kinda like a respect thread in video form, or a versus cheat sheet, as you could use the research in this video as a base for your own research in your own versus show. And be sure to stick around afterwards so you can see who we're covering next. But today, we have the one and only, the greatest band in the world, Tenacious D. And honestly, they don't need much of an introduction, so why don't we just dive in? It's the D!
This medallion, it means we'll always be friends. Forever.
Fine. A long time ago in a town called Kickapoo, there was a super strict and boring family. But among them was a black sheep. His name was young JB, and he refused to step in line. A vision he did see of rockin' rolling all the time. He rolled a tasty jam and all the planets did align. Okay, I knew I couldn't resist for long. But anyways, his parents didn't align with his music, finding it revolting. So fed up with their criticisms and punishment, JB fled home to find the magical land of Hollywood, as well as his musical companion Kyle Gass. Together, Jables and Cage would go on all kinds of musical adventures, hunting for the pick of destiny, infiltrating the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and defeating the devil with their tasty jams. But how did they do it? They're just two guys with guitars, right? Oh, they're much more than that. Let's discuss. They're two guys with guitars who just also happen to have super strength, super speed, and the ability to fly. Now before I list any more powers, I should bring up their song Wonder Boy, where they sing about Wonder Boy and his arch rival and nemesis, Nasty Man. They say that Wonder Boy and Nasty Man have powers comparable to each other, and later in the song reveal that they are Wonder Boy and Nasty Man. So, taking these lyrics into consideration, it's laid out pretty clear for us that whatever one member of Tenacious D can do, the other can do as well. For example, in Wonder Boy when they bring up Nasty Man, aka Kyle, we are told he has telekinesis and can shoot mind bullets from 200 yards away. But in Master Exploder, we see Jables use telekinesis and explode people's minds. With his voice, Jables can also create gusts of wind, or set things on fire. He also has a pocket change attack that can pin opponents to walls. He even has laser eyes. Kyle has also shown us that the D has incredible regenerative powers, whenever he can reattach his head or regrow it after losing it. And if he already has all of his limbs, he can just grow extra ones. And again, Jables is shown to have this ability too when he grows a bunch of fingers. Kyle can also create astral projections and illusions to trick opponents, like when he fooled Jables into thinking he was dead and became a ghost, only to reveal that he was totally fine. They also have a few weapons. There's Jables' guitar sword, the Pick of Destiny which allows them to play the best music ever, and the Crystal of Gilgamesh which can warp reality and time itself. They have so much stuff they can do, almost as if they made it up as they went along. So let's see how far along they went with their feats. First of all, their music is so powerful that they were able to defeat 3 different versions of the devil with it. And just like their arsenal and powers, we should be able to assume that Jables and Cage can perform the same feats, considering they're able to fight evenly with each other and should scale to each other. I mean, both have shown crazy speed feats. Kyle was able to block a bullet, Jables was able to dodge and block lightning, and they can both fire lasers at faster than light speeds. Stealth-wise, they were both good enough and sneaky enough to break into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and strength-wise, it gets crazy. As mentioned before, Jables' deadly voice is strong enough to create a powerful gust of wind that fills an entire room. Both Jables and Cage are strong enough to create a mountain with geokinesis. They've slain tons of different deadly monsters, and they, just casually created a supernova. Basically wiping out entire solar systems and then just chilling there in the empty space. Then they have the Crystal of Gilgamesh, which was stated by Jables Jr. to have the power to dominate and rule over the entire universe. Even just holding the crystal fills you with the power of 1,000 suns, and you can bend all of space and time itself to your will. It's a lot of responsibility and power for one man, but luckily, there's two. Tenacious D, the greatest band in the world. Time for the conclusion segment. In conclusion, Tenacious D is insanely powerful. There's only one other matchup I can think of that may be fair, but I'll have to look into it more. I'd say what it is, but I'd get demonetized for even saying the name, so I'll just show a picture. Yeah, them. But I'm not sure there's any other bands out there just as powerful as the D. So this could be their only matchup. Now there are some virtual bands like Gorillaz and Your Favorite Martian that are pretty powerful, but they're still nowhere near Tenacious D's league. So, unless I'm able to figure out a way to do that other matchup without getting obliterated by YouTube, I'm gonna need some help coming up with a fight for these guys. Let me know what you guys think of how powerful Tenacious D is and who you think they could fight. I'll be sure to check them out in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. But first, let's figure out who we are covering next on Versus Character Cards.
Next time on Versus Character Cards, it's Larry Boy from VeggieTales.
Hey, don't take that disappointed tone with me, Star. It's gonna be a fun one. Humph.